Vera Hoffmann stated the following on July 5th, 1945 in Budapest. My mother and I went to a house of the Swedish Red Cross to escape the atrocities of the Arrow Cross. Unfortunately, however, it was impossible to escape them. They came into the protected house, selected people as they pleased, and took them away. There were people like me who were taken to Germany. There were those who were brought into the ghetto, and there were also those from whom no news ever arrived again. These people were taken at night by the Arrow Cross to the bank of the Danube, shot and thrown into the Danube. I and those who were assigned to a group together with me were taken to the brickyard, and from there the next day to József Város railway station. We traveled for 10 days in a locked rail car. Along the way, they did not give us food even once. Above all, we begged for water because we still had some food from home. When the train stood somewhere for a long time, peasants came up and against payment gave us a glass of water each. We arrived at Ravensbrück. It is an enormous camp. There were at least 3,000 people there. As soon as we arrived, they stripped us, bathed us, took away our clothing and all our belongings, and gave us striped prisoner clothing. The camp was so overcrowded that for 8 days we lay on the floor in the barracks. Every day we were awakened at 4 o'clock, and then we stood for roll call. The SS beat us. Our food was as follows. In the morning and in the evening, half a liter of black coffee substitute. At midday, turnip soup and a small piece of bread. I was starving there and was glad when I was assigned to a transport and, after 6 weeks, taken to Penig. After a 3-day journey, we arrived in Penig. It was a smaller labor camp. I worked in an ammunition factory. The factory was 4 kilometers from the camp. We had to walk this distance twice every day. We worked 8 hours daily, standing at the machines. The female guards beat us. Our food consisted once a day of half a liter of turnip soup and 12 decagram of bread. I was already very weak and ill. When I reported to the guard that I was sick, she said because there were too few workers that I was not sick, and she lashed me with her whip. She did this repeatedly and to others. Because of the wounds and the lack of vitamins, my injuries became infected and oozed pus, and yet I still had to lie there. Meanwhile, the front drew nearer, and the entire camp was evacuated. Only 70 bedridden, sick people were left behind there, and an order was issued to shoot us with a machine gun. The SS did not carry out this order. However, they fled as well, and they took all the food with them, so that for 3 days we ate leaves. When the Americans entered, we could hardly walk from weakness. Again, that was Vera Hoffmann. Her testimony was on July 5th, 1945 in Budapest.